RoarStage here at Pulsbar. How cool is this stage? I'm Kate.
And I'm Jess.
And this is Peter over here. He's already being our sound techie. He's provided it already. And that's Mel. And that's Rhonda. And that's Fiona. And Chris. And Marietta.
I've just joined on. My name's Jessica Jane. I've been doing open mics elsewhere and I'm really excited to be joining on with the RoarStage crew. So we're going to have music, we're going to have comedy, maybe some spoken word.
Maybe if we're lucky, we'll get Robin and Dan to do some dancing for us.
Let us know when you want to play.
It's called The Way You Look Tonight.
Hi, thanks. It's quite strange doing comedy at this time of the afternoon. Like normally everyone's drunk, and so am I. So this is going to be an unusual experience, really. But I like it when Jess, she just called me about half an hour ago. I got and I live around the corner, and I thought 5:45. That's brilliant. I could be in bed by about 7:30. So, because that's what happens as you're getting older, isn't it? Like, because I'm turning 50, right? And you guys, I don't know what this material, but what I've realised, you're turning 50, and this goes down well with the young people, right? So, and I said, life, it's sort of like a series of letdowns followed by occasional disappointment, really, isn't it?
Some of my neighbours in Westbury Street, they've got a communal garden. They grow things like tomatoes, they've got an olive tree, they've got eggplants, they've got other vegetables growing there. I think that would minimise the effect of climate change because they don't have to buy fruit and vegetables that's been trucked down from Queensland, which is probably about a trip of 1,000 kilometres. You think that coming down by truck down to 1,000 kilometres, all the petrol that's used, all the carbon dioxide that's coming to the earth. So they just can walk out 50 metres out to their communal garden and pick up some eggplants or some tomatoes.
Gregory Smith! And is this the new song we're playing first?
Yes.
This is a brand new song.
It's a brand new song that I've performed only once before.
Beautiful.
The song is called, it's a truck driving song called Lesbian Truck Driving Woman. Driving right along the road, shaking those gears on the big machine, carrying a full and heavy load. She earns a lot of money in her job. It's something she thoroughly enjoys, 'cause she's a lesbian truck driving woman. She feels like she's one of the boys.
Okay, I thought I'd tell you a little story. This is a bit of history. This is about a different open mic, but I thought this might appeal to you. It's called the Dirty 5 Minutes. And so, of course, 5 minutes is 5 minutes of fame. And then we had Artie Jacko. This was before. Now, this was before she got all respectable and had a name on other roads and things. And she got up and she said, one black one and white one, you can all join in together, and one with a bit of shite, Tom, on the hairs under the dino, and down to her knees. And a couple of very innocent people that had never heard that song before and wanted to know where she got it from. And then she told us a joke that's so filthy, but I can't possibly repeat it.
Come on.
So, this is a song that's very important to me, because I was taught this song years ago when I was working at the prawn factory on retirement. But the one I chose was my grandfather's cock. My grandfather's cock was too big for his dad, so that it went 20 feet on the floor. It was longer by far than the old man himself. 50 years he said, flogging it. The cock stopped. Never to work again when the old man died. But I'll tell you, I don't think I've ever had such fun at the 5 minutes of fame. And we'll never forget that dirty 5 minutes.
Thank you, Wendy. I think that Wendy should do children's parties or something. It's some great material.
I would see in a yoga studio ever. The guy I lost my virginity to 29 years ago. And now I didn't think he'd recognise me without my hymen smashed all over my pants. But apparently he did, and I recognised him because of the plank that he did in front of me. It was just, a girl never forgets a plank, correct? A plank pose. So after the class he approached me and he said, hi lady, I remember you. I fucking hope you should. I donated something very special to you. And so you know, we exchanged pleasantries, and you know, he told me he was married, he had 4 kids, a picket fence, the white picket fence scenario. They own their own house and a successful business. And he's like, okay, so what have you been up to, lady? And I had to think, how am I going to compete with all of that? And then I just, well, you know, I do free stand-up comedy. I've lost a shitload recently on cryptocurrency, and I was diagnosed with epilepsy. Hey! So it seems that my virginity actually helped your life more than mine. But I did write a book about having epilepsy, and I did publish that last year, and it's called Electro Girl. And when I wrote a book, so much happened. When you write a book, so you learn so much, you know. One of the main things I learned is do not write how you speak, yeah? So there was a sentence in the book that goes a little something like this. When you're living with epilepsy, it can be quite isolating as you're dealing with issues of your brain that others might not be able to empathise with, right? Now that was the edited version, so it's nice. It's a nice little statement, right? My version went a little something like this. When you're dealing with epilepsy, it's just you and your fucked up head on a journey that no other cunt can understand.
Thank you very much. I'm Jeff Seinfeld, as these MCs would tell you, because They might have said that they're experienced MCs, but if they'd actually done their research, they'd know I'm Jeff Seinfeld, which is actually the German name. But I will say that it's an honour to be compared to the great Jerry Seinfeld. When I heard I was performing at RoarStage today, I said to myself, I'm a bit more of a medium rare guy. And also, I'm not sure if you've heard, but they are retiring some of Melbourne's old trains. Well, expect to see some old trains on your local golf course enjoying their retirement. So who is watching the Winter Olympic Games?
Yeah, baby.
Well, just a quick idea I've come up with to maybe enjoy, maybe get more viewers over to the Winter Olympic Games. Perhaps they could change the gold medal names to different names. So, for instance, instead of gold medal, they could say the cold medal. And the silver medal, perhaps the shiver medal. And the bronze medal would be the bronze medal. So, as I know, it does get more viewers when you are funny. Trust me, I know. Well, they say that the secret to comedy is in the delivery. Well, perhaps if this doesn't work out, I could deliver pizzas. Thank you, I've been Jeff Seinfeld.
Yeah. Good evening, my name is Raphael. I'll be hosting a segment called Keep It Real. First one is on the 5th of March. That's next week, starting at 8 o'clock. Thank you very much, 5th of March. That's why I left school. I couldn't do maths. The first interview I'm doing, to keep it real, is with a gentleman called Alistair Baldwin, who's a state finalist in National Raw Comedy last year. He does have a disability. You'll be in for a treat. And as a little bit of a taste, I have got someone who's volunteered, Mr. Jeffrey Seinfeld.
Thank you, Raph. It's an honour to be here. Jeff Seinfeld, as I did say before.
How did you start in comedy?
Well, I've been around the traps for quite some time. I've been practising the mirror.
Well, do you think it helped?
Well, I laughed at it.
Well, I'm glad somebody did. Now, Jeff, I've got a question for you. Is that not only do you actually do comedy, but how do you get your material?
I go to the local material selling shop, get sewing equipment as well there as well. Thank you.
Is that Spotlight?
Yes, thank you, Raph.
Well, with Spotlight is that the Spotlight's coming straight down on you. You're used to the Spotlight because you also do things like music.
Yes, that's true. It's my keyboard just here.
Now, how did you get started in music?
I've been playing since I was 4 years old. My mother forced me to do the lessons.
So you've had a lot of experience then?
Yes, you can say that. Thank you, Raph.
Now, you're enjoying your time with all the intention on you.
Yes, I love this a lot.
I'm glad he likes it. Now, Jeffrey, I think we'll actually put you out of your misery here. It's time for you to say goodbye, thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for listening to me, Raph.
Okay, thanks very much, and I'll be back here on the 5th of March with Keep It Real with Alistair Baldwin. Thank you very much, Jeffrey Seinfeld. Seinfeld.
And my tears drag you on without my guide. You went back to what you knew, so far removed from all that we went through. And I touch your book track, my understacked, and I'll go back to black. We always talk about words and talk 100 times. You go back to her and I'll go back. We always talk about words and talk 100 times. You'll go back to her and I'll go back to.
Hey, I'm really excited to be here, but I am 40 and single,
So it's good just to spend some time away from my cats. Oh wow, that's loud. So I went home recently, and I grew up in country Queensland, and there's this thing about my family. So my ancestors were amongst the first white settlers of Queensland, and there's this thing that's been handed down through the family from generation to generation. Basically, it's racism. But it got me thinking that if you were to die from a tombstone accident while you were on a ghost tour and then you became a ghost, that would be a really ironic way to die. In fact, the only way that could be a more ironic way to die is if the tombstone belonged to Alanis Morissette.
My great friend Anthony here has written a short play, and this is the Australian Melbourne debut of it. It's very exciting. These guys have just been practicing reading it out the back. These are all very talented actors. Can I introduce Diane? Who will be playing the part of Melinda. Carla, who will be playing the part of Rosemary. Anthony, who will be playing the part of Nick. And Adam, who will be playing the part of Steve. My name's Jeff, and I'll be playing the narrator and the scene descriptions. Alright, here we go. This is how it starts. Exterior, cafe, day.
I'll never forget how the breeze beat me in the long jump in a major athletics meeting.
Well, what happened?
It was a close call, but then came the breeze.
Between the workplace, are you doing a funeral?
Did you want to tell people about what you do in the workplace?
Well, typically in my workplace day, I am known as Graham Dudrington, the coffin tester. So I spend various hours a day testing coffins,
checking
lying
quality
in them,
control.
checking quality control, and I tell you that there are a lot of problems with coffins, which I'm happy to get into, which is why my service.
Turns it down.
Excuse me, which is why my service is actually quite important to the day.
You don't want faulty coffins, you know, it's pretty.
Yeah, it's true. It can be a nightmare actually when you have a faulty coffin.
You ready, Gracie?
Oh, here we go.
God.
Gotta dig it up. Gotta live it up. Gotta dig it up. Gotta live it up. Gotta dig it up.
That's all I've learnt so far. And someone's going to tell me what these three things do later, if anyone knows.
You're doing really well, Gracie. I reckon you're doing so well. Thanks very much. We're doing Departed.
Can we get a round of applause for every single person who's played tonight? For all of you guys for coming along. For the pause bar for having us, they're bloody awesome. Let's turn on the music and let's go!